All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and today is October Site Review Showdown. So hopefully you guys remember this from last month. We're going to try to do this every single month. We're going to go through and do some site reviews. As always, hanging out with me in chat, I've got the man who has built-in legal services. Make sure you show some love to Richard. He's going to be taking care of you guys in chat, feeding me your questions, answering questions you guys might have, so make sure you show him some love. Today is October 24th, 2019, which means that Halloween is only 1 week away, and Halloween, guys, falls on Thursday this year, which I'm super excited for. So hopefully all of you guys hanging out come back next week and join us for the Zenfolio Live Halloween episode. Speaking of that, make sure you hit up the link in the description below the video and you send me your spooky photos so I can share them on next week's Zenfolio Live. All right, so today is Site Review Showdown. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to select 4 sites at random. You guys are going to select the sites in chat. Each site's going to get a 10-minute review. We're going to do 4 total sites. I'm going to be giving points, bonus points, different things like that. But we're not really keeping score. We're just giving points for fun. So to get things started, somebody throw a number out in chat, a number from 1 through 62. Whichever number I see first, that's what we're going to start with. So give me a number in the chat, a number 1 through 62, and that's going to pick the first site that we're going to do the review for. All right, guys, this was a lot of fun last week. Like I said, I'm going to be giving points, bonus points along the way. So we're not keeping score just for fun, but it's going to be really cool. So give me a number in chat. Somebody hurry. Come on. Don't make me wait. Let's see. 48. Carrie White got it. So 48. Thanks, Carrie. Let's see here. 48. Let me grab 48. All right, and guys, I have no idea what this site is. This is from the list. And hey, if you don't have your website submitted for a site review, there's also a link below the video to do that as well. Carry through 48 out there. Let me grab number 48 really quick right here. And let me get this opened up in a new tab here and pull it over. And we're going to start the review on this website. Like I said, 10 minutes per review. Let's get it pulled up, drag it over here, and here we go. All right, so this is going to be sincerelyhaleyphoto.com. All right, so we're going to start the review, 10 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Clock's right down here, kind of in front of me. All right, Sincerely Haley, beautiful logo up here. I love this logo. It's nice to see people take the time to actually do a really nice custom logo, and you have it up on your header. It fits nicely. It's not taking up a bunch of space. I could tell that it was really well thought out. The text is just a little hard to read if it was any smaller. For me, it's large enough. I can read it okay. I have pretty decent eyesight though. One of the things I found is that I have to make sure that I think about people who might not have as great vision as I do and make sure that I'm making things to where it's easy for them to read as well. Beautiful logo. I think maybe making it just a little bit larger might be beneficial, making it a little bit easier to read. I'm going to give you some bonus points though for that logo because I think it's really cool and it's really nice the way that it's set up. Also, up at the top of your site up here, you have the favicon set up and you've taken the time to actually write some information up in here in your title of your website. And guys, even though you can't see this information, even though you can't read this, this is stuff that search engines do read. And if you'll notice when I'm hovering over it, one of the great things that you've done here, Haley, is that you have Park County, Indiana in there. So already we have location information that's being fed to Google that people can see up here. So great job doing that. All right, so let's just go down here. Let's talk about this homepage first of all. Beautiful, beautiful photos. You've got a photo strip set up. Photo strips work really nice if you want to mix in some portrait-orientated images and some landscape-orientated images. However, the one downside to a photo strip is that it's not an automatic slider. So I do have to manually kind of slide my mouse and interact with this, which I don't think is a big issue, but it's just something to be aware of. Absolutely beautiful site, though. Beautiful photos. Let's just scroll here. Let's take a look and let's see. Let's keep going here. Beautiful, wonderful, really well thought out photos too. On this homepage here. Some of them kind of got to watch the cropping a little bit, but let's take a look here. Keep going. All right, so I didn't count how many photos, but we're kind of reaching the end, it looks like right here. So that's pretty good. Not too many photos. Was getting a little close to me, wondering like, am I going to run out of photos? But not too many. Absolutely gorgeous photos though. Let's scroll down. All right, so there's not a lot to see down here, just some welcome information. Right here, bonus points right here for that. So many people do not have the location information on their homepage. It looks like you've been paying attention and you have that location information right here. So great job on that. Wonderful, wonderful getting that set up here. All right, let's go ahead and hit up your About page, which is interesting that the About page is first. What do you guys think in chat? For me, I prefer my site menu items set up to be the path that I want people to follow, and I'm not necessarily against having the About page first. What do you guys think in chat about having that About page first? Is that a good play? Let me know what you guys think. But let's check out that About page really quick. All right, so get to that About page. Great photo, wonderful About page. This is a nice custom page. You've got this little logo down here where it says you've been featured on Look Like Film. So very cool, great photo, lots of good information here. Not an overwhelming amount of information where I feel like, man, I've got to read a book to understand about my photographer, but good information. You've got Mumford & Sons up here, which is, you know, a band which is already letting me know a little bit about your personality. So I think you've got a great About page set up here. Again, every time I see an About page, I'm always going to advocate for video. So if you have the capability, if you have a friend who's a videographer, maybe you dabble in video, having an About video, just a 1 minute, 30-second About video where you can really let your personality shine. I'm always going to advocate for that, but I think you got a great About page. I'm going to give you a point for that. And then let's just go ahead and check out your portfolio. So we're going to go up here. We're going to hit that portfolio. First stop is maternity. All right, so let's check out your maternity photos. All right, so we got some photos in here. Looks like some of them are rendering. My internet's a little bit slow. Let's see what you've got up here. Let's document those last few weeks of anticipation leading up to the arrival of your little one. Maternity sessions include access to the studio wardrobe and take place at our outdoor location within 1 to 2 hours of sunset. Beautiful. I love this quick introduction. One of the things is your portfolio, right, is definitely designed to get people to like your work and then to want to book a session with you. So if you have a place for people to contact you, if you have a place where you want to send people whenever they look at your portfolio and decide, hey, this is the photographer for me, I want to reach out, add that link up here in this caption, you know, so somewhere below this or next to this text have, you know, click here to book a maternity session, or click here to contact me and let's talk about your upcoming maternity session, or something like that, just so you can encourage people to go ahead and reach out. Great photos here. Let's just take a look. Scrolling down, very nice setup. You don't have a bunch of stuff popping up when I hover over the images that's distracting me. Beautiful setup here. Let's keep scrolling down here. All right, and you have categories and keywords. So you've done your SEO. Let's see, is there stuff in there? Yes, there is. I'm giving you points for that as well. So great job having that set up, having the categories and keywords in here, having these photos. There's not a ton of photos, so it's not overwhelming. It feels like pretty close to being just the right amount of photos. I would like to see a little bit of diversity in it, though. I'm seeing kind of, and you've done a good job spreading it out, but I am kind of seeing the same, you know, couple of people here. So I would like to see a little bit more diversity, but I think you've done a great job at setting this portfolio up. Your photos are absolutely beautiful. We've got 3 minutes left. Let's go ahead and keep moving. We're going to go down here to newborns. Guys, in about 2 minutes, watch the banner down here. It's going to tell you what numbers to call out for the next site to be reviewed. So watch the banner right down here, and that's going to tell you what numbers to call out in chat. But beautiful, beautiful portfolio. So far, everything is nice, clean, consistent. Haley, you've done a great job at this. So let's go down here. Again, no hovering elements, nothing like that. Right in here, you have location information. perfect. Scrolling down here at the bottom, lots of newborn photos, and again, categories and keywords right here, and all of that stuff is in here. So great job there. So far, your portfolios are consistent. Wonderful job setting that up. Let's go back up. And let's see, I'm going to go to family, and then we're probably going to call it good on the portfolios and check out a couple of the other pages really quick. So let's go check out your family portfolio. My internet's lagging a little bit here, guys. Sorry about that. Let's try. There we go. All right. So family, and we've got family sessions. We've got some images loading. Again, my internet is being a little bit laggy, but family session for you and your immediate family scheduled just after sunrise. Take advantage of this. Again, just beautiful, super consistent setup, really nicely done. Lots of just absolutely gorgeous images, categories and keywords again. Wonderful, wonderful job on your portfolios. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of your site menu. We have details and rates. Let's see what this is. So details, wholeheartedly. So session fee. So giving session fee information. Let's discuss. And let's see, so right here, fill out my contact. You guys can't tell, but that is a link. So definitely one of the things that you're going to want to do is go in and modify your theme. Let's make that link stand out a little bit more. Great job having it built into this page. This is a nice custom page, but let's go modify your theme so that this link stands out just a little bit more. I would pull probably one of these brighter, these colors up here from your logo, just to make that stand out. Let's go ahead and click that link and see where it takes us. All right, so that takes us to an external web page, and just to show you guys, they've done a great job. That opened up in a new tab. So it left Zenfolio and went into a new tab. So I'm gonna give you bonus points for setting that up right. Great job on that. I've got like 55 seconds left. So let me see if I can grab another page really quick just to check it out. Let's go to reviews really quick and take a look at what reviews have. All right, so reviews. Beautiful custom page, great job. Some photos over here. You've got the client's names and just all of your reviews. Wonderful job setting up this custom page. One of the things I think might be nice, it's because for me, it comes across just a little strange when I'm seeing one photo with lots of different people reviewing here. I would like to see maybe an image from each person. I don't think this is horribly wrong. That's just something that I'm being a little nitpicky about. I think it would be really cool to see an image per person that's reviewing, but I think what you've done here is perfectly fine. Great job setting this up. Wonderful, wonderful job. Great job. Everything is consistent. A really well thought out, great design site. All right, that's it for that review. Let me go back and let me check on you guys in chat. Let's see, Brian said 74, so let's go see what site is 74. All right, 74. Okay, so let me get this opened up in a new incognito window. And let me get this turned on, and I'm going to bring this over. And here we go. So this is Marty Mackmore, and let me get it just kind of stretched out here so it fits on there. All right, so Marty Mackmore, we're going to put 10 minutes on the clock. Guys, make sure you're watching that banner right down here so that when it's about 2 minutes till, you'll see it pop up, and it'll tell you what numbers to throw in chat for the next randomly selected site. So here we go. All right, so we're on martymackmore.com. Let me drag this down so you guys can see. Right up here, martymackmore.com. Los Angeles, California, Scottsdale, Arizona, fine art wedding photographer is what it says up here. And we have a favicon up here sitting on the top. So great job getting that up there. Nice job setting up. I'm going to give you a point for that. I'm going to be honest. This right here is really cool. But for me, it kind of throws my eyes off a little bit. So it's a little hard for me to read. I would kind of think about rethinking this just a little bit. It's really cool, but it's kind of just a little hard for me to read. So definitely want to think about this just a little bit. The other thing too is that the template that you're using has this little overlay right here. And this is something that you can get rid of in Theme Designer. So this is called the top overlay. If you open up Theme Designer, you can actually set this to transparent and this will go away and you won't have this kind of weird, awkward white banner hanging out over your top of your images here. Now you are using a full screen slideshow and you do have, looks like you have some text right here over the images, but these are a little hard to read. They're small. I'm not sure what it says. It looks like it's location information. So you definitely, if that's something that you want people to be able to read, make sure that you either make that text a little bit larger or you put an overlay behind that by turning that on in Theme Designer so that people can actually read this. Or you might think about switching up the template that you're using and actually having that welcome message placed somewhere else. Down here at the bottom, we've got a footer down here. We have, looks like a custom footer with a lot of keywords put into here. I'm not sure this is the best practices to do, but this is definitely one way of doing it. You have to be careful when you go to try to stuff a bunch of keywords. If Google sees that and they feel like you're trying to stuff a bunch of keywords, they can potentially dock you for that, and they could call it black hat SEO, and it could actually hurt your SEO rather than helping it. You want to make sure that you're keywording photos and things like that, adding keywords in any text places that where you're typing text out. But as far as doing keyword stuffing, you want to make sure that you're careful with that. All right. Okay, let's go up here and let's just check out your about. So let's see, about this, the photographer. So let's go ahead and check that out. A lot of site menu items. Looks like you have a lot of information in here. So one of the things that I will say, Marty, is that when people come to your site that are visitors, and if they're brand new, they've never met you before, they have no idea who you are, what is the path that you want them to follow, and construct that with your site menu. Do you want them to go here and go through all of this different information? Do they need to go through your portfolio first? Make sure that you're constructing the path that you want people to follow. So about the photographer, filmmaker, Marty Moore is an advertising commercial editor. Absolutely beautiful photos though. Really cool looking stuff. You've got a custom page here, lots of good information. One of the things I'm noticing here is that this is a embedded slideshow, and some of the images are small, some of the images are kind of skewed, and then you have like this kind of background thing going on right here. So I would definitely go and probably reconfigure that slideshow just a little bit to make it work out a little bit better. Maybe even get rid of the slideshow and just put a really nice headshot up here or something like that. If you want to have some behind the scenes stuff, that's cool to have. You could have that, down somewhere. But as you can see, like if I'm trying to read this information right here and this is going on below and really fast, it's pretty distracting if this is information that you're wanting me to read. So I would definitely consider that. And then scrolling down here, we have a lot more information. So good job putting it together an about page. You've got a lot of good text information here. I see your location information here, so I'm going to give you a point for that. Nice job getting that set up and having that in there. Let's go ahead and check out your portfolio really quick. So let's go to advertising and let's take a look. All right, so I'm going to advertising, and already there's a little bit of issues with this. I'm going to advertising. I wanted to go to a portfolio. This looks like I'm going to a group, and I'm confronted by a couple of obstacles here. So as a visitor, I'm a little confused as what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I accessing stuff that I'm supposed to be accessing? Am I supposed to be going into this? It looks like it's password protected, which is why those stars are here. And then you've got these other groups. Then you have these other groups that are kind of grayed out where there's not a thumbnail selected for it. Maybe the gallery is empty. So first portfolio that I've accessed from this drop-down menu, you definitely want to think about this a little bit, okay? I would suggest having advertising portfolio go to a single gallery with your top 20 advertising photos that you've shot in there. If you need to be really specific with the categories that you're showing, then maybe you need to have it go to a group where there's like different sections like food, fashion, and business. but you need to make sure that you have some content in there and that it's not password protected if this is going to be your portfolio where visitors are going. Because right now, I'm a little confused as to what I'm supposed to be doing. I just clicked on this and it's an empty gallery. So definitely some things to think about. Let's go check out your food and spirits though. What I've seen so far, you've got some absolutely gorgeous photos. You know, and once we get in here to the actual photos, I think the setup is great. One of the things I would definitely think about is all of these elements that you have over the images right here. Are these really necessary? Is this really something that you want to have on your portfolio? Do you want it to be where all of these things pop up? For me, I suggest usually removing this stuff from your portfolio, but if you have specific needs for it, you can definitely leave it. All right, let's scroll down here. Let's keep looking. All right, lots of images. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's a little, my scroll bar right over here, and it's super tiny. So that tells me that there are tons of photos in here. For a portfolio, your goal with a portfolio, in my opinion, is to get people to looking at your best of your best photos as quickly as possible and then moving them to contacting you to hiring you as a photographer. So for this portfolio, you've got some absolutely stunning photos in here, but I would definitely rethink the structure of the portfolio. Definitely rethink about how you have it set up, and maybe have less photos in here and have more categories with 10 to 15 of your best photos in those categories. All right, let's go ahead and check out one more portfolio. Let's go to your editorials. All right, and again, here we're kind of being hit with a group. So this is a group where there's lots of different galleries in here. You know, so it looks like you do a lot of different photography. So you're definitely going to have a need to have multiple portfolios with different themes set up. You just want to make sure that those are strategically thought out, definitely planned out. So let's take a look at this really quick. We have abstract and fine art falling under editorial. What do you guys think about that? I'm not sure if that's the right category for that or not, but let's just click in here and take a look at this one at first. All right, so these are pretty cool. Definitely different images. They're very beautiful. But again, I went to editorial, so I'm not sure that that is the place where I would prefer for that to be. Let's go back and take a look at another. Let's go to your beauty and fashion right here. All right, so we're in your beauty and fashion. And let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3 images in here. Definitely want to add some more photos in here. So that we can have a more idea. So definitely, I would really consider narrowing down your categories because you have a lot of categories. And then when we get in there, some of them have a lot of images, some of them don't have that many. So definitely considering how can you narrow those categories down, combine them together, and then showing the best of the best in those categories. All right, guys, throw a number out in chat for me for the next photo. Looks like Deborah threw it out. We're going to grab that in a second. Let's check out your blog. We haven't looked at a blog yet. Let's check out your blog. All right, let me grab some water while we're waiting on this. All right, so we've got, looks like 1 blog post. And then, so 4 blog posts. Let's take a look at this first one. Let's see what the date is on this blog post here. All right, I'm going to grab some water. All right, so April 12th, or August 12th, I can't read. August 12th, 2019, not too long ago. We're a team of achieving commercial photographers and many years of experience in the beverage industry. Again, absolutely beautiful photos. I'm going to give you bonus points because your photos are gorgeous, especially the food photos. I'm like starving right now, so thank you for that. Beautiful photos, but nice blog post here right here. So I'm just trying to see what the purpose is of this blog post. It just says, please give us a free call for a free. All right, so if you're going to have a blog post where you're kind of advertising your services, I would definitely recommend linking to your contact page in the middle of that. All right. I think that you've got a good website started. A couple of things I would suggest working on is that portfolio. Let's make it a little bit easier to navigate. Let's condense it down a little bit. And let's make sure that the visitors can't access anything that they can't actually get into, because that's a little confusing. But thanks for submitting that site. All right, let me go check on you guys in chat. Deborah says 111. So let's go check out 111. Let's see. Is there a 111? Nope. That's right. 111 was previously. So she corrected herself and threw in 211. So let's grab 211. All right. Okay, here's 211. Let me get that opened up. This is going to be number 3. We're going to have one more site after this, and then there'll be a short period of time for some Q&A, but let me get this open. I'm having problems clicking the link. There we go. All right, let me grab that and get it dragged over here so you guys can see it. And we're going to go to, man, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this, but I'm going to do my best. I do apologize if I mispronounce it. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. Here we go. This is going to be Istvan, Kadar, Design and Photography. I think I said it right. Forgive me if I didn't. I do apologize. Let me go ahead and move this down. You guys can check it out. Consistent logo design here. So we got this nice, really cool logo here. We got up here. I kind of like this flat gray and like yellow look up here. I'm going to give you a point for that. I think the design is really well thought out. You have information up here, and then you have this nice logo, and your site menu is just set up really cool. And like if you'll notice, I can tell that you've paid attention, because if I hover over it, it is changing to that yellow color which you're using in your logo. So really good design there. I love that. Some absolutely gorgeous photos. So let's just take a look at your homepage really quick. Take a look at these photos. So let's just take a look at these. Man, these are some absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous photos. Really cool stuff. Let's see how many photos we got in here. So I'm not counting. I'm just, whoa, let me go back to that one. Wow, that is amazing. All right, so I'm not counting. I'm just taking a look, just seeing if we kind of reach an end. One thing I always recommend is it's nice to show up. And those, so that image right there, I don't know if your slideshow is going in random order, but that one and that one look pretty similar. I would definitely pick one of the two. Just a fair warning, guys, I have no idea what I'm going to come across in this site. So the images are cool, but if I don't know what we're going to come across, so this might be a fun ride. All right, so let's just keep going here. Lots of images. So the first thing I'll say is you have some absolutely beautiful images, but there are a lot here on the homepage. And so you have to ask yourself, is this where I want my visitors to stay, right? Do I want them to stay here, to hang out on my homepage, to keep clicking this button, to look at these next images? For me, the answer to that is no. I don't want people hanging out on the homepage. I want them to be captivated by the few photos that they show there and then moving on and progressing through my site. That is the entire purpose of the homepage, in my opinion. Let's scroll down to the bottom. So we have some galleries showing down here. We have new releases, selected prints on sale, 30% off, and then the most recent design projects right here. So really cool homepage setup. Going to give you some bonus points because I love the design of it. Definitely some beautiful, amazing images. Let's go ahead and start off on your site menu. Let's go to photography right here. And keeping it consistent, the design is nice, consistent, the colors are nice. And you have this nice portfolio set up here. So if I scroll down, you've got a lot of different categories. The one thing that I would mention is that you might think about turning this into a drop down. So as a visitor, rather than having to click on photography and then choose a portfolio, I would be able to choose a portfolio directly from a drop down up here, which is going to save me a step. But later, if I'm wanting to navigate back and forth, it's going to save me lots of steps. And let me show you what I mean. So if I'm interested in looking at your travel photos, I'm going to click in here. We're going to go into your travel photos. And now again, we've got a group where we have lots of different categories, which is cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Czech Republic and click in here. And now we're looking at your photos. All right. So these are photos for sale. We can hover over these. We can buy them. Just taking a look here. I think the grid is set up really nice. So great job here. But if I want to go back, I have to then go back to photography to then pick another category to browse, versus if I just had to hover over photography up here, I would be able to choose something from a drop down, which is much faster of a navigation. So now I have to go back to photography and then pick another portfolio. So let's go here. Let's take a look at this portfolio really quick. And let's get into this one really quickly. Or let's go to a different one. Let's go to tigers, and we'll just take a look at how that one is set up. So we're going to click on wildlife right here, and we're going to go in here and take a look. Okay, so your wildlife photos. Let's go down to the bottom. One thing I'm looking for is, do you have categories and keywords on here? So down here at the bottom is where categories and keywords would show up. I'm not seeing that, so that is letting me know that, hey, if you took the time to keyword your images, that's actually not getting seen by search engines. So your SEO might be lacking a little bit in that case. One of the things you definitely want to do to get better search results is to make sure that you have your images categorized and keyworded so that when Google indexes your website, they know what that is about. They know what information is there, and they can index your page accordingly and show it on search results correctly. So definitely make sure that you get your categories and keywords added in here. Let's go ahead and go back up to the top. Let's go to photography again. Let's check out one more portfolio, and then we'll move on because I would like to make it past a couple of portfolios. Let's go to your architecture, and let's take a look at this bridge one right. Oh, castles and fortresses. That's really cool. Okay, so once we get in here, let's take a look. Some really cool photos. The design is staying consistent, so it definitely give you a point for having consistent design all across the entire site. I think you've done a wonderful job there. Every page that I've gone in, the design, the layout, everything has been consistent. Let's scroll down to the bottom and let's take a look. Okay, so again, no categories and keywords down here. Definitely something I would consider. The other thing too is that some of these don't feel like portfolios to me. They feel more like galleries for sale. And just a question to you guys in chat, should there be a distinction between portfolios as far as stuff that represents photography services that I offer that you can hire me for? Should there be a distinction between that and then my photography artwork that I'm trying to sell? Should they be distinctively different, maybe different site menu items? Do you guys think it's okay to combine them together? Let me know in chat what you guys think, but just something that I would recommend thinking about and calling out in there. All right, let's go check out your graphic design. All right, so graphic design, we've got a slideshow here, and it is some examples of the work. So this is really cool. Going down here, we have logo design, print and package design, and then web design. So let's take a look at your logo design right here. So let's go to logos. Let's just take a look at how this is set up here. All right, so let's take a look. Let's scroll through here. One of the things I'm noticing, and you guys might notice this as well, is this is loading directly into what's called a photo page. And then my thumbnails are over here, which means that the thumbnails page has been disabled, and this is actually a photos page. What do you guys think about this? I really like the thumbnail page, and especially, you know, even though these are logos and they might be smaller images, you can make your thumbnail images larger on the thumbnail page. For me, I think it's a more fluid way of browsing the photos. It's a lot easier to browse through them, to navigate them when they're on that. But I think this is nice too. One of the things I notice is, let's see, nothing hovering over it. Let's see if there's, again, no categories and keywords showing, so nothing being indexed by search engines that can really help your SEO. Definitely something that you want to think about there. All right, let's go check out, oh, guest book. Let's see what's in your guest book. All right, let's see. So 23rd August 2019, we have a guest book thing here. One of the things I always recommend is, if you're going to show your guest book as a place for people to leave reviews, make sure that you have it set up to where you have to review the public reviews before they are posted, because what happens is, if you don't, bots tend to find these kinds of things and they will spam your guest book. And you guys have watched for a while and watched the site reviews, you have seen where I've pointed this out, where we've come up across guest books where there was just tons and tons and tons of spam in there. So definitely something that you want to keep an eye out. I'm not seeing that in here, so I think you did a great job at this. I'm going to give you bonus points for using your guest book and keeping it spam free. Nice job on that. Looks good. Let's go check out your contact and resume really quick and see if I can get this. So contact and resume. Download my resume. Oh, that's cool. Let me click on this. All right, so really cool. So this is the Zenfolio built-in contact page. And if you guys can see, he has linked to where you can download his resume right here. And I clicked on that, and what that did was it opened it up as a PDF document in a new tab right here, which is really, really cool. So great job utilizing that built-in contact page, but customizing it and adding that download my resume option on there. I'm going to give you some bonus points for that. I think you've done an amazing job with that. Definitely great setup. All right, guys, about time for the next review. Somebody throw a number out in chat so I can get one more site to review, and then that will be it for today. And then if you have questions, make sure that you get those in the chat as well. But I think you've got a great site. I love the design. I love the consistency, the way the colors are working together. I think you've done a wonderful job setting it all up. Let me go ahead, get this out of the way. And waiting on you guys to give me a number here. Carrie White said 55. 55 is not the number. So it's going to be a number between 414 and 472. I'm going to get some coffee because I have not stopped talking for like, I don't know, 45 minutes, and I need a drink of coffee. If you are a coffee cup designer, my humble request, please make a cup with a handle that all of my fingers will fit comfortably in, and I don't have to oddly leave my pinky outside of the coffee cup. So, humble request if you're a coffee cup designer. All right, guys, let's see. Carrie White said 355, 414. So the numbers are 414 through 472. Let me throw that back up here really quick. So it's going to be 414 through 472. I can't pick a site. That wouldn't be fair. This is supposed to be random, and I can see the websites. Craigslist 96 is only on the second one. 496. Craigslist, come on. All right, let me close this down here. 444. Thank you. All right, so we're going to go to 444. So let me go grab that really quick. And that'll be the last site for today. Let's get that opened up in a new window, and I'm going to get it dragged over here. All right, so let me grab it, drag it over here. And let me see. All right, so I am dragging this over here, and this is what popped up. So let's take a look really quick and see. All right, so this is illuminatedphotos.com. I'm going to throw 10 minutes up on the review time, and here we go. All right. All right, so this site obviously has some custom coding going on in it. There's a little pop-up going on right over here, and there was a pop-up when I first got to the site. Now, let me refresh this really quick so you guys can see that again. I noticed that this site was loading a little slow. So one of the things is if you guys want to add in custom coding like these little pop-ups and the pop-up that we saw a second ago, just keep in mind that they can kind of impact the speed and loading of your site. That custom coding, I have seen some custom code where it just tore the site up and it wouldn't work. So just make sure that you're careful with that custom coding. If you notice anything weird, you might want to just remove it and try it without the custom coding. But here we go. So Illuminated Photography. So let me just move this down so you guys can see the site address. And then right now up here at the top, you still have the Zenfolio favicon. Might want to go in there and customize that. Maybe do like a little light bulb would be cool up here. But just something I always like to point out. Nice logo. I love this logo. I think it's really cool. I love the light bulb here. I'm going to give you a point for your logo. Great logo design. We got this little pop-up here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of take a look at this. So I want to learn how I soothe and comfort newborns. You guys can't see it. Let me move this down. There's a get the guide option right here where it asked me to enter my email address. So something pretty cool on there. Nice job setting that up. I'm going to give you some bonus points for your custom coding. I think it's pretty cool. Let me X this out and let's go ahead and just check out your homepage slideshow really quick. All right, so some really cool images, absolutely beautiful photos. Let's see how many we can see. So let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, I'm going to stop counting. There's over 20 images here. Definitely want to consider your homepage slideshow, right? We don't want people hanging out here. This needs to be the best of the best. If you had 10 photos that you could show somebody to convince them to hire, hire you as a photographer, those are the 10 photos that you want showing here. All right, so that's definitely what I recommend having here. Let's check out the rest of your page. I've been a photographer for 10 years. I like being silly and getting those authentic smiles. All right. One of the things that I don't know yet is where you are located. So I don't see any location information in here, and there was none up there. So it's yet to be defined where you're at. That's fine. Definitely something I recommend having on the homepage though, for sure. All right. So let's go to galleries and let's take a look. So galaxies. That was a mix between galleries and pregnancies. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to check out your pregnancy gallery first. All right, and again, if we see some pop-ups here, you know, this, like, again, this is kind of loading a little bit slow. I don't know if it's the custom coding that was in, but let's just take a look here. So pregnancy, and one of the things I do want to point out is that when I went to this page, the site menu completely changed. So the logo is now a little small and up here, which is fine. We switched to using your header. But your menu items kind of change colors up here. So I would definitely think about maybe keeping some kind of consistent color, maybe keeping these the black like you had on the main page and just keeping it consistent. But let's take a look here. All right, so nice clean setup. I kind of like the grid that you're using here. One of the things I would think about is, do we really need these little social media icons popping up when we're looking at your portfolio here? Absolutely beautiful photos though. Let's scroll down. So I'm not seeing any categories and keywords. So definitely one thing to think about here, having those categories and keywords in here so that you are getting the SEO benefits of having your photos keyworded so that Google and all of that good stuff knows what this page is about. Let's keep going to the next gallery. We're going to go down to newborns and check that out really quick. All right, so again, same kind of setup here. The grid's kind of, I forget what you call this. It's like a Pinterest style grid or something, but it's definitely a dynamic grid. We've still got that little hover kind of going on here. So far, everything is looking consistent between, so which probably means we're probably not going to have any categories and keywords on this one. So definitely something to think about there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Beautiful photos, though. I think you've got some absolutely gorgeous photos. So let's go back really quick. Just curious, what is the difference between newborns and Aurora babies? I'm just curious. I don't know the difference. Maybe this is where utilizing your gallery caption up here at top can really explain the difference, what the difference is. And you know, so that way when I'm going through it and I'm like, where there's two baby categories, what's the difference? So definitely something to think about there. Utilizing that gallery caption is good for your SEO as well. So you definitely want to put that into practice. Hey, Forte, it's been forever since you've hung out with us. Glad to have you back. Thanks for jumping on here and hanging out with me. Bonus points for that, for you showing up and hanging out. All right, let's see. Let's keep scrolling down here. Again, no categories and keywords. Got to get those categories and keywords in here. It's going to help your search rankings, help your website be found. So definitely want to do that. Let's check out family. Let's take a look here. So again, same thing. Everything is really consistent, giving you a point for everything being consistent. But I want to see some gallery captions. I want to see categories and keywords. I still am not 100% sure exactly where you're at. So I'm not sure if I could hire you to photograph my family. So definitely something that you want to think about here. Let's go ahead and go to your About Us page. Hopefully this is where we find out where you're at. So let's see, my first college, definitely, and I'm a scan reader, so I always just kind of scan and look for the information that I'm looking for. If you have your location information in here, I am not seeing it. So definitely something to think about. As a visitor landing on your page, Amber, having no idea who you are, I'm kind of left wondering, like, is this a photographer that I could hire? Even if I did a search and you came up in like a photographer's near me search, still, I'm kind of left wondering, like, can I hire her? Is she in my area? Is this somebody that works close to me? So definitely something to think about. I think you have a great about photo. Again, I say this every about page, an about video. I'm going to advocate for that. They're so fantastic to have just to let your personality come across. All right, let's check out your contact page right here. All right, so now we see your location information. Now, what's kind of weird about this is the Zenfolio built-in contact page, but the contact form has been turned off. So now as a visitor, I have to click this send message right here. And the way that works is it's going to open up whatever my email client is with an email addressed to you. And then I'm just going to finish typing it out and hit send email. I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of this. I think that having the contact form over here is a little more obvious, but I'm glad that we finally got to see what location you're in. So just to point that out, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 site menu items in where we finally get to see the location that you're in. I would definitely consider getting that information on the homepage as well, and then maybe putting that contact form back on here, or maybe doing a custom contact page with custom pages. All right, let's check out your investment page really quick. We've got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left. What are you investing in? There's a session type right here. So session information, nice custom page. Going to give you some bonus points for taking the time to actually create a custom page. Good job. Lots of good information in here. One of the things you can definitely do, add some call to action links in here. You can go in here and you can say, you know, to book your studio session, click here, or click here to talk to me about your studio session. So definitely things that you can add in here. So for instance, it says, ask about our Aurora baby plan and flash moments. This could be a link that says click here to ask about that, and then would go to your contact page or something like that. You know, taking people, letting them act on that urge to contact you. But again, beautiful photos. Great job setting it up and utilizing this custom page. I think you've done a wonderful job on that. Let's move to your flash moments site really quick. And let's take a look. So this is another custom page set up. Really cool logo right here. So we give you a point for that. Nice logo. Really great job setting this up. And now we have a Book Now button here. So this Book Now button is custom coded into this. And so you could easily take that code and put it in the other custom pages that you have built. So here's information right here. Let's click this and see where it goes. So you guys can see it, that opened up into a new page right here. And as you can see, it's taken a second to open up, but it did open up. And this looks like it's a thing where you can schedule and choose a session. So this is a third-party service it looks like they're using. Great job setting it up. Bonus points for having this open up in a new tab. Overall, I think you've got a great job setting up your site. Definitely need to go back, get those categories and keywords showing so that this site can show up on search results and you have better SEO. But overall, I think you've done a great job. All right, I can take a breath. That is all 4 sites. So thank you everybody who submitted a site. If you have not submitted your website for a review yet, there is a link below the video in the description. You can click on that and submit your site. We'll either do a site review Tuesday with it, or maybe it'll end up in one of our site review showdown. So make sure that you click that link and you submit your sites. Those of you guys who are watching the recorded version of this, I would love to have you come hang out with me on a Thursday, but I know not everybody can just drop what they're doing and jump on YouTube, which is why I'm so thankful for Carrie, Craigslist, Brian, Forte, and everybody who's hanging out with me live right now. I'm really thankful for you guys. But those of you guys who watch the recorded version, I am thankful for you guys as well. If you have questions you'd like me to answer, make sure that you hit that link below that says questions for next week so I can get those answered for you the following live stream. Again, guys, next Thursday is Zenfolio Halloween episode, and I want to make sure that I have some of your really creepy, scary, cool Halloween themed photos to share out. and just show off your work. So if you have a cool photo in mind that you'd like to have shared on next week's episode of Zenfolio Live, make sure that you click the link that's below the video. It says submit your spooky photos and send me a photo to share. Make sure that you tune in because I got some cool stuff for you guys next week. Super excited about it being Halloween. Hope you guys are as well. 10 minutes left. I think I can answer a couple of questions. Let's see if I got any questions from the chat. Let's see. So Carrie White says, how do you update the pic in the search engine bar from Zenfolio logo pic to a custom pic? Okay, so I think you're talking about the favicon, and I believe Richard answered you in chat, but this is what you're talking about right here. Hey, Carrie, if you're into customizing your site right now and doing logos and different things like that, below this video, there is a little box that says like resource links or something like that. If you will click on that link, that's going to take you to some resources that I've created for you guys. One of them is a Zenfolio custom logo guide where you can actually download. It's a PDF. It tells you where to customize every single logo that you can, and it actually has all of the sizing information as well as some Photoshop templates for your logos as well. So if you don't have that resource, click it's Zenfolio Live downloads. It's below the video in the description box right now. Make sure that you click that and get that resource because it's super useful and it will help you update all of the logos in your site. Great question though. Let's see. Carrie says, what is the benefit of setting up in keywords? So I know Richard answered you in the chat. I'm just going to reiterate what he said in chat. Keywords help your search area, your website be found by search engines. So when you think about images and how search engines work, a search engine at this point in time, I'm sure that they're getting to where they can, but right now if they see an image, sometimes they can't really recognize what that image is about. So if they saw this photo, for instance, they wouldn't really say, okay, this is a bride and groom outside. We're getting to that point. I'm sure that we're getting to that point. But right now they rely on your keywords and your categories of that image so that they know what this image is about, what it represents, and how to rank it. So if you click on a photo in Zenfolio, let's just go in here really quick and we'll go to one. You can actually update the categories and keywords of that photo of a gallery right inside of Zenfolio. So if I click on this image and I go to details, over here you can add a title, a caption, keywords, and category right here. And all of this is helpful for your SEO. It just basically tells search engines, hey, this is what this image is about, and so that they know how to recommend it to people searching for that type of content. And so that is the purpose of categories and keywords. Hopefully that explained it. I'm sure Richard did a great job. There's also a couple of videos on our YouTube channel. Just look up SEO on our YouTube channel. Just look up like Zenfolio SEO. There's some videos on that go really in depth on that stuff. So definitely good information to know. Let's see. Let me grab an email question really quick. Oh, my jaw's getting sore. Man, site review showdowns, guys, are unlike any other show that we do on Zenfolio Live because normally on Zenfolio Live, I'm stopping, talking, I'm asking you guys questions, I'm waiting on things. That was brutal. Like, that was just me. I don't know how you guys hung out and listened to me for that long. But for me, that was brutal. Like, my jaw is getting sore. All right. Hey, Robert, I'd like to sell gift certificates for shoots coming up for the holidays. I see where I can make them in the selling tab, but how do I actually sell them? So there is a couple of ways that you can do this. The most simple way to sell gift certificates would be using pre-order, right? So if you go to pre-order, which is under selling, and if you just click right on selling, you can go to pre-order down here and you can set up a pre-order where people can go and buy gift certificates. I don't have time to go into the total setup of that. Well, I can get pretty close. You can go in and actually, you know what? There are several videos that go over this on our YouTube channel. So what I would say do is just look up using pre-order for sessions, because basically you're going to be using pre-order the same way. You're going to have this set up to where if somebody goes into the pre-order, I'll just create one really quick. You could come up here to the package and you would just write gift certificate, enter a description, and then you would charge however much you want. Let's say you want to do $300 for a $350 gift certificate. So you would set it up like this and use pre-order to sell that gift certificate. And then when the orders come in, you would just go into selling gift certificates, create that gift certificate, and then actually email that out to whoever purchased it. So that's one way you could do it. The other way you could do it is doing it with self-fulfilled products. So there's several videos on our YouTube channel that go really in depth into self-fulfilled products. I'm definitely not going to be able to do that in under 5 minutes. So you're definitely going to want to go check out those videos. But my suggestion to you is to either use pre-order or to use self-fulfilled products to sell those gift certificates on your website. All right, let me get back to photos. Great question, though. Let's see. Forte says, I have some Halloween highlight photos in the client gallery section of my site. Most people are like, ooh, when they go through them. Hey, that's for Halloween photos. I think that's kind of a compliment, right? Forte says, how many can we send you? Let's do 5, as Richard saying in the chat, 5 images max. I bet you've got some really cool images, Forte, so I'm super excited to see those. Glad to have you hanging out with us today. It's nice to have you back. So I'm really, but I'm super excited to see those Halloween photos that you've got. All right, 4 minutes left. Let me grab some water. All right. Next question. Is there a way I can take my visitors straight to a slideshow view of my portfolio instead of the thumbnails? I see the slideshow button, but I want it to play automatically if I can. Well, let me show you a little bit of a secret on how to do that. So I'm going to go to this portfolio right here. We're going to go ahead and open this up in preview where I can edit it really quick. So we're going to go up here to preview. And the only reason that I'm doing this is because I know that I don't have the slideshow option turned on, and I want to turn that on. So I'm opening this up in preview. What I'm going to do is go to Options, Page Elements. I'm going to uncheck Use Default Settings. We're going to find that slideshow button and set it to show, and then I am going to apply that and publish, and not publish it, but I'm going to apply that. All right, and then so what happens is when you hit that slideshow button, if you'll notice, you can't really see it, but if you'll notice up here at the top, let me move it down, it actually just basically adds slideshow to the HTML or to the URL. So if I go and I just copy this right up here, if I copy that link right here, and if I go back, I can actually just add that link directly. So if I go edit page now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new site menu really quick. So I'm going to say edit site menu, add new, and I'll just call this slideshow. Hit enter. We're going to say link it to an external web page. Then I'm just going to click here and paste this. And then I'm going to remove that because that's going to load it to a specific image and I don't really want it to do that. And then I'm just going to hit update. And then I'll go ahead and move that slideshow menu item up to the top right up here. And then I'm just going to publish this and I'll show you guys how this is going to work. So now when I hit slideshow, it's going to load that gallery directly into the slideshow because I took the gallery link and added slideshow to the end of the URL and then copied that and pasted that as a site menu item linked to an external web page. So that loads that slideshow directly without people having to go right in it. So it's definitely an option you can do if you want people going directly to that slideshow. Great question though. Great question. Let me get back here. About a minute, 30 seconds left. Let's see. Forte says, I love the font on the page that you're on right now. I don't even know what font that is. If you're talking about this one, let's take a look and see what font that is really quick. That way you know which one it is. I'm going to go to edit page, and then what I'm going to do is just going to open up Theme Designer really quick. We're going to hit edit theme, and let's take a look. All right, let's take a look and see what font that is. Like 50 seconds left. Can I get Theme Designer to load to that font in 50 seconds? Let's take a look and see. All right, here you go, Forte. So that font is, if I click on it here, over here, it is Lover's Quarrel right there. That's the font that is used right there, is Lover's Quarrel. So it's available in Zenfolio. You can go into Theme Designer and use it there. All right, let me get back. All right, guys, 30 seconds. I just want to say thank you to everybody who came and hung out with me today. Hey, make sure this week, this weekend, today, tomorrow, sometime, you go out and you be a positive influence on somebody's life. You encourage somebody. You encourage yourself to be better. You encourage somebody else to be better. You do something nice for somebody, and you do something to put positive vibes back into the earth and to the world, because that's what we need. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys again Site Review Tuesday, and Zenfolio Live Halloween next Thursday. I'll see you guys then. Have a good weekend. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.